Hello and welcome to SUTV News. I'm Stephen Graves. We start out tonight's broadcast with some disturbing crime statistics from Salisbury University Police. According to Salisbury Police Department, there have been 31 reported thefts from vehicles. University Police warn the campus community to stow it and do not show it. An email was sent out earlier today to students with tips on how to avoid this crime from happening to them. Some of these tips include staying alert and being aware of what's going on around you, parking in well-lit lighted areas, locking your vehicle, and closing windows, and keeping valuables, gifts, and shopping bags in the trunk or out of view. In other crime news, last week a hoax phone call was made to police about an unidentified roaming man around campus with a gun. The incident proved not to be a threat to students, and the suspect was arrested and charged with trespassing. Candidates for mayor and city council have been making their rounds in an attempt to secure some last-minute voters before Tuesday's primary. Yesterday, candidates vying for a seat met at a PACE debate in Purdue Hall. SUTV's Jesse Esposito has the story.
Purdue Hall Auditorium, where PACE is hosting the Salisbury City Council debate. 6 candidates will be running for District 1 and District 2 seats.
I love Salisbury. My family has been here for 7 generations. My mother went to school here. I'm going to give a little bit away about my age. I went to elementary school in Carruthers.
My top 3 priorities throughout this campaign and throughout my tenure on the City Council, if I'm elected, will be restoring pride and prosperity to Salisbury and restoring partnership to our city government.
I will not sign a civility agreement because it can be broken. It's just a piece of paper. Because when you get behind the desk here, you sometimes lose, because I lost it.
And the first thing I thought, it took about an hour and a half, and I was thinking, it would be great just to have the software available, that when you go in and you say you want to start a business, you can purchase the software, you can carry it, and you can do it right online.
And research turns into businesses, and businesses turn into jobs and opportunities for a lot of people. If we could have, and I do agree with the incubator idea, once you get established research going on, then you can find people who are interested in investing in the seed money in an incubator type program to do startup businesses. Those are where the high technical jobs are going to come. And I think we're missing a great opportunity, and I think that that's one of the things that we should do and we should challenge the university with.
I do believe the debate was productive. I believe they touched on a lot of different issues that affected the community and the student population.
The format was very good, very positive. I think the give and take between us and the other candidates was very, very good, and the response from the audience was good.
I had not really heard Mr. Day speak before, so I had heard Mr. He speak before, and those are the people in my particular district. So it was very interesting to hear some of their comments on Salisbury and areas that they think that needs to be improved.
Yes, sir.
Candidates made clear in this debate that the economy and crime are very important issues that face the city, and they often agree on methods of fixing those issues. Another big topic was the revitalization of Salisbury's downtown. And remember, the primaries for the City Council are this upcoming Tuesday, February 26th.
Thank you, Jesse. And as elections progress, SUTV's Eli Motlin sits down with candidates in a new segment called Meet the Candidates. He recently met with Jacob Day, who is running for City Council District 2.
About some of your experiences dealing with the environment in the military that you've had that would help you be a good council member.
Sure, happily. As I said, grew up right here in Salisbury. I went to Bennett High School. As a student, 3 friends of mine in my senior class, the class of 2000, passed away. And our community came together, and our Student Government Association led an effort to build a memorial garden to honor those three friends of ours. And that was sort of my first experience in community-based design. I was asked to design the memorial garden.
Revitalization of downtown. It's a major issue that you're running on, something you keep talking about. What are your plans to revitalize the area?
Sure, happy to address that. First of all, it's important to remember that downtown is not just West Main Street. Downtown is a large district where much of the commerce in our community is focused. Many of the professional services provided, architecture, engineering, law, medicine are provided through the downtown district. There's significant housing downtown. There's significant cultural assets, significant physical assets, the river, of course, and the Riverwalk downtown. So it's an incredibly diverse place that's basically the heart and soul of our community, and that's true for most communities.
Okay, and make sure you tune in next week for SUTV News when we sit down with another candidate. And are you looking for a job or internship for the summer? Well, the Spring 2013 General Interest Fair could be for you. Career Services will be hosting the event for students to take advantage of. Of the 66 employers that will have signed up for the fair, over half are looking for all or any majors for jobs. This semester, there will be a professional photo booth for personal use on sites such as LinkedIn. The fair will be held next week on Wednesday, February 27th from noon to 4 p.m. in the Comico Room. Be sure to pre-register with Career Services before attending the fair. And while you are walking to get your pizza or French fries in the Commons, you may have noticed some apparent changes. The University Commons Administration has made significant improvements to the cafeteria, which not only improve the aesthetic of the space, but also a way to decrease waiting time while getting food. SUTV's Felipe Alexander has the story.
We're outside of Commons, where we are talking to students and the faculty about the recent renovations that have taken place.
We decided to go with a double-sided shower bar. The deli area, we also had ripped out for the same reasons. Refrigeration units and everything that was in there had to get taken out anyway. And we made the deli area also worked out that we would have two lines. There was an awning, it was called Ches Monte. It was around the perimeter of the center. And again, you know, mentioning the building is 17 years old, it was time for it to come down.
I think they're awesome. I think the new lighting and everything makes it more enjoyable.
My favorite part is that at the sandwich line now there's two places you can put your order. Because at first the line was just right around 30 minutes.
So this is Philippe Alexander from SUTV.
Meanwhile, Salisbury University's Gospel Choir celebrated Black History Month with a concert for the community last Friday. The concert, titled Music in the Air, A History of the Negro Spiritual, featured the Pentecostal Church of God from Pocomoke as they ministered through song and dance and acting. The SU liturgical group also performed.
Combination of acting, singing, dancing. We're gonna have it all, spoken word. So it'll be a combination of it all. And tonight, it's all for Jesus. So we're excited. Everyone needs to experience the love of God. So that's what everyone's hoping to share tonight. It was here last year. This is the second year to the best of my knowledge. It may have been here for years. It's just, these are my 2 years of being here. Well, tonight, at the end, I hope that everyone that experiences just the love of God tonight, and that once they leave here, they can take that love of God with them and let it guide them through their lives.
And this is the second year the group has come to the university in celebration of Black History Month. And students belted out their love songs at the Valentine's Day open mic in Cool Beans last week. Every different genre was represented, with some students singing, playing piano, and even saying jokes. The event was held by SOAP. The next open mic will be held March 4th as a part of Stop Hating Week. And now we'll go on to sports with our sports reporter, Kat Murphy, for a sports update.
Thank you, Stephen. The Capital Athletic Conference Tournament began for the men's basketball team as senior Elijah Gore poured in a game and career-high 24 points, while classmate Trayvon Vaughn added 22 points. The third-seeded Salisbury University basketball team dispatched sixth-seeded York College 80-60 in the first round of the CAC tournament. The team goes up against Wesley in the semifinals tomorrow. The women's basketball team also won the first round of the Capital Athletic Conference Tournament against St. Mary's College with a final score of 54-44. Anna Hackett was the team leader in points as the Gulls separated themselves from St. Mary's for the W. The girls play Marymount away tomorrow for the semifinals at 7 p.m. And with the spring semester comes spring sports, as baseball and lacrosse begin their seasons. Baseball began on February 12th and have been undefeated ever since. The team is currently 3-0 and play Cortland at home on February 23rd and 24th. Lastly, with a defending national title to uphold, men's lacrosse began their season with a win against Greensboro and 2 losses against Greensboro and Washington and Lee. Both losses were only by a single goal. That's all for SU Sports. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you, Kat. And a university alumnus is stepping into the spotlight as he has been chosen for a reality show scheduled to debut tomorrow night. CJ Fagan had dreams of becoming a firefighter, but with the sagging economy, he joined the business of taxidermy. His skill has earned him a spot on AMC's new show, Immortalized, which follows 12 different taxidermists as they create amazing structures. Fagan will be featured as he creates a depiction of Armageddon. His episode is scheduled to air on AMC tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And a bizarre arrest of a popular rapper delays his performance at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. According to Maryland State Police, rapper 2 Chainz was headed to a concert at the university when he got pulled over for speeding. Upon investigation, troopers found marijuana in his vehicle. He was cited for possession and then released. But that was not before the officers took a picture with the rapper before he distributed them among the web. As expected, the photos have raised some eyebrows and is currently being looked into as an administrative violation. And now for our campus spotlight. The Passion for Fashion model group held their first fashion show in a year last week and is hoping to make their mark on campus. SUTV's entertainment reporter Ashley Van Veen visited the show to give us an inside look.
I'm here at the Holloway Hall stage where the Passion for Fashion model group will be revealing their 2013 spring semester Grammy-themed fashion show, and it's only under a couple of minutes before the big reveal. So right now, I'm guessing what the models are doing backstage is getting hair and makeup and just getting lined up for the first scene. So the next time you see the girls, they'll be on the stage ripping the runway. So tell me a little bit more about the scenes and like the choreography that went with it.
Our first scene was Best Reggae Artist, so we had music from Bob Marley and Sean Paul. Second scene was Jay-Z and Kanye West, and then that was hip hop. Then we had The Pop, which had Lady Gaga and Madonna. And then the last scene was R&B with Frank Ocean and Usher. For the Bob Marley and Sean Paul, the best reggae artist, I actually designed the white t-shirts. I've always liked to cut up t-shirts, so that was cool that I could incorporate that into the show. Okay. As for the other scenes, it was kind of, we set the standard of what we wanted for each scene, and then the models came up with the clothing for the scenes.
Speaking of the models, I'm here with Paris, who's actually the only male model in the show. So tell me what to expect.
Well, I mean, typically in a fashion show, the males are actually accessories to the females, so they basically get to do whatever they want to the males. They're more of a prop, so they get to use them for like whatever the scene dictates. they use them just more so as an accessory. Actually in all the scenes, and I do appear in some of the scenes more than once. Really, this is going to be my third show because I've had past experience modeling, so this is like my playground. I'm so used to doing this, and this is the one time that I can come out and say that I'm all that and show it.
How do you think the atmosphere was from backstage?
Well, from backstage, you can't really see what's going on except for on the cameras from back, from the TVs in the back. So you don't hear anything, but you can hear the crowd's reaction. So we were very thankful that Hazel and Henry were able to be hosts for us and keep the crowd entertained while we were doing things backstage.
Passion for Fashion, thank you so much. I had a really good evening, just enjoying the whole show. And I have to say that I can't wait for your second show of the semester. So for now, I'm Ashley Van Veen reporting for our SUTV News.
The fashion group will also be holding a trip to King of Prussia Mall on this Saturday, February 23rd. Tickets are currently on sale at the info desk in GUC until that date. Well, that concludes our news broadcast for tonight. Remember to join us next week for more news around Salisbury University's campus. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SUTV1 and like us on Facebook at SUTV. For SUTV News, I'm Stephen Graves. Good night.